One of the things we want to talk about is what happens when you make errors, because believe it or not, you're going to make a lot of errors. I always do. There are two kinds of errors that I'm usually concerned with. Syntax errors, which are easy to spot because the compiler really spots those for me. And then there are logical errors where the compiler doesn't know what I really want, so it can't spot it. It's like taking the number of inches and dividing it by 10 to get feet instead of dividing it by 12 to get feet, and nobody knows what's really going on with that. So what we want to do is show you what happens and how the compiler checks and finds those syntax errors. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up here to my line 6, and I'm just going to backspace over my semicolon operator. I'll go up here to build and run, and you'll notice down here at the bottom now we have some error codes, and we've got a big red box by the 7th line. Now what happened was, as the compiler went through, it didn't find a semicolon at the end, and that's exactly what it says down here in line 7. It expected a semicolon before the return. And when it didn't find the semicolon but found the return, it skidded to a stop. Unfortunately, the red block skidded to a stop on the next line. So whenever you see the red block, it's either on that line or the line above it. So it really needed to have that semicolon there. That's what it's telling us. So if I go in, put the semicolon in, and then build and run, it will work again. All right, let's go in, and instead this time we want to leave out one of our other operators. That's very common as well. So this is the error message you'd get with that. I'll build and run, and it says, uh-oh, it expected a semicolon before the string constant. Well, that's not really what it wanted, but that's kind of cryptically saying something's wrong. And now if you put these two back in here, you'll find it will run. Now, unfortunately, finding out that those two are missing may not be an easy task. I often find that another set of eyes, somebody who did not do the original coding, is usually better at spotting the mistakes, because they are looking for patterns and things like that. That's what I look at when I look at code, is patterns, not details. And as such, when they look at it, they're fresh. Their eyes are fresh, and they don't have the same bias that you do. So if you can get somebody else to look at it for your mistakes, you'll find them a whole lot quicker. The other thing that I often do is creatively spell different words. So I'll just take the U out of return. You'll notice it turned from blue to black, and that means we are now handling it in a different way. I'll go ahead and build and run, and uh-oh. Now it gives me the same thing. It says the error in line 7 was it didn't know what return was without the U. So it needs to have that spelling corrected. I'll just go back up there, put the U back in, and now I can build and run, and it will do that just fine.